Holsters back into their holsters as the last of the droids fell. Sussy-10, his Jedi general, deactivated his lightsaber and kicked a droid aside. Get the wounded fixed up and move to a secure location, Axe said to Patch, the Legion's medic. Yes, sir. Patch grabbed his medic bag and ran into the battlefield. Axe picked his way across the littered dirt. That was a nasty fight, General. It will only get worse. The Separatists won't leave this system without a fight, General 10 said with a sigh. With you leading us, sir, I'm sure we can take the planet. Actually, I had been meaning to talk to you about that, General 10 began, walking towards the temporary camp and motioning for Axe to follow. What do you mean, General? Axe asked, removing his helmet. I've been assigned to a new legion, but I put in a request for another Jedi to be assigned the 918th, Sassy began. A new general? But sir, Axe began. She was my Padawan and became a knight right before the beginning of the Clone Wars. She is young, but she's smart and fast on her feet. She'll be a valuable asset on these outer rim fronts. Sassy explained. Does she have any experience on the battlefield? She fought in the first battle of Geonosis and has taken a few missions, but she's never had a command of a legion of her own. Axe's eyes widened at that. With all due respect, General, I'm sure you trained her well, but are you sure she's someone we want on the front lines? I'm sure of nothing anymore. All I can say is she's loyal and she's brave. She will do what she can. Sassy placed a hand on Axe's shoulder. If she doesn't take to leadership right away, have patience. Iroh has always been a little shy. Sassy turned and ducked into his tent. Well, that's comforting, Axe groaned. What is it? Another clone slung his arm around Axe. I know that look. Someone did something we don't approve of. The clone punched him in the shoulder. We've been assigned a new general, Axe began. The clone removed his helmet, revealing medium-length red hair. Really? Who? General 10's former Padawan. She's got almost no battle experience, and she hasn't even been a knight that long, Axe groaned. That doesn't sound so bad. I bet she'll be like the shinies. I'll take a bet to rough her up, and then she'll turn out alright. That's not helpful, Rigger. Oh, come on, Axe. You're the commander, so you'll be right there with her. It's not like she'll have complete control over the men. Rigger said with a smirk. I'm the commander, Axe said with extra emphasis. She's the general. She'll outrank me in everything. I'll admit I'm not excited about it. Well, that's not at all obvious, Rigger rolled his eyes. I'm serious, Rig. What if the men don't respect her? What if she turns out to be a terrible general? Then it will be your job to report it to the Jedi Council. Rigger clapped a hand on Axe's shoulder. Lighten up, Axe. We just won a battle, and we're getting a new general. Maybe the change is a good thing. We'd better hope so, Axe pointed towards the atmosphere. Looks like she's here. Ryloth, 21 BBY. Republic base. Iroh Kersey. Iroh drew in a deep breath as the ship lifted out of the Republic cruiser and entered the blast-filled space. Separatists' dreadnoughts had begun flying on the cruiser as soon as they dropped out of hyperspace. Gunships already roared through space. The blast doors were closed, and the dim red light did little to calm her nerves. Iroh held onto the brace handle tightly, focusing the force around her. Another blast rocked the gunship. We've entered the atmosphere, General, the pilot called back to her. Get us as close to our troopers as you can, she replied. Iroh smiled to herself, proud that her voice didn't shake as she answered. This is your first battle, General? One of the clones next to her asked. Not my first, but no less terrifying. Oh, come on, it'll be fun, the trooper said with a laugh. What's your name? The boys call me Veers. Better hang on, we're going down. Iroh tightened her grip on the brace as the gunship rocked. The blast door slid open and blaster fire erupted around them. Iroh jumped out of the gunship and activated her green blade. Her troopers were already overwhelming the small droid force. Iroh charged into the fray, her lightsaber quickly finding its mark. The blaster fire ceased quickly as the last droid fell. A clone with a green axe painted on his helmet ran up to her. Are you the new general? He asked. Yes, where is Master Ten? This way. The clone waved a hand and ran towards one of the canyons. As they drew closer, Iroh could make out several tents and figures moving among them. She glanced towards the Separatist outpost and realized the good placement of the clone camp. It was out of the Separatist line of sight, but it gave them a direct view of the Separatists' outpost. Master Ten was already waiting when they reached the camp. Iroh, he exclaimed, catching sight of her. It's good to see you, Master, she said with a smile. It's good to see you, too. I trust your trip wasn't too eventful? As uneventful as a war zone can be, Master, Iroh replied. The clone had stood beside them silently. Sassy motioned him forward. Iroh, this is Commander Axe of the 918th Battalion, your second in command. Axe, this is Iroh Kersey, your new general. Axe removed his helmet and cast an appraising glance over her. It is an honor to meet you, General. Thanks. Iroh glanced away uncertain. When are you leaving? She asked Master Ten. As soon as I can. I must see to my own legion. Commander, I trust you'll introduce General Kersey to her troops? Yes, sir. I'll make sure she gets around all right. It was her turn to look him over. His hair was longer than most clones preferred, she noted. Iroh turned back to Sassy as he finished saying something to the commander. I'll inform the council you have arrived safely, Sassy called. A gunship touched down nearby and he headed towards it. May the force be with you. Master Ten boarded the gunship and it took off, leaving Iroh on the planet below. She checked her resigned sigh and instead turned to Axe. We might as well get started.